For the first time since 2006, it seems likely that the Sacramento Kings will make the playoffs, ending the longest streak in American pro sports. They currently sit as the number 2 seed in the Western Conference and have been one of the NBA's best teams all season long. They also have one of, if not the, best offenses in NBA history. A lot of attention rightfully goes to star point guard De'Aaron Fox, but a player who deserves just as much credit, if not more, for the Kings' turnaround is Domantas Sabonis. They acquired him at last season's trade deadline, and he was a 2-time All-Star with the Pacers. However, people still gave the Kings a lot of flack for the move. He's been named an All-Star once again this season and should be the 3rd-team All-NBA center. He's a transcendent offensive player, able to score with relative ease and one of the best passing bigs in NBA history. His impact on that end has completely revolutionized the Kings and is the reason their offense is so historic. He continued his dominance last night, putting up 24 points, 21 rebounds, and 4 blocks in a win over the Brooklyn Nets. Fox has been dominant, but a lot of his improvement has to do with the addition of Sabonis, who seemingly makes all of his teammates better. He has rescued the Kings from the NBA's purgatory and turned them into a legitimate contender. To truly understand how good Sabonis has become and his impact on the Kings, let's take a look at his career as a whole and then this season for him. Before we get into the transcendent play of Domantas Sabonis, if you enjoy my content and have watched a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. Domantas Sabonis, the son of NBA great Arvydas Sabonis, was selected with the 11th overall pick in the 2014 NBA draft by the Orlando Magic. He was then traded alongside Victor Oladipo to the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he would play his rookie season. He ended up starting in 66 of 81 games for the Thunder as a rookie, playing alongside Russell Westbrook. He was then traded in a deal after his rookie season to the Indiana Pacers, again alongside Oladipo, in a deal that netted the Thunder Paul George. Now, let's look at this time in Indiana, as it's where Sabonis broke out and has spent most of his career. He played with the Pacers for 4.5 seasons, making his first All-Star game in his 3rd season with the team. He averaged 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists in his first All-Star season, leading the Pacers to a 45-28 record. The team lost in the first round, but he came back even better the next season. He put up 20 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal per game, being named to his 2nd consecutive All-Star appearance. He was the face of the franchise for Indiana, however, his fit on the team was still clunky as they tried to play 2 centers together with him and Miles Turner. To alleviate this logjam, the Pacers decided to trade Sabonis to the Sacramento Kings at the 2022 NBA trade deadline in exchange for young guard Tyrese Haliburton. Both players were All-Stars this season. Sabonis was the Pacers' leader in win shares in each of his final 4 seasons with the team, clearly being their best player over that span. However, he seemed to fly relatively under the radar and was never talked about as a top 3 center or a true star. That brings us to his time in Sacramento. He played 15 games for the Kings in the 2022 season. He put up 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists, and seemed to form an impressive bond with young guard De'Aaron Fox, whose play exploded over this time, averaging 28 points a game alongside Sabonis to end the season. However, the Kings only went 5-10 over this span, so many outsiders tried to belittle the duo or say that the Kings still weren't going anywhere. The duo was given the nickname the Fox and the Ox over this span, and this chemistry would set up something special. The Kings added shooting guards Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk in the offseason, as well as drafting power forward Keegan Murray, all of whom have been extremely crucial for the team. The Kings were given a lowly projected win total of 34.5 games before the season, according to PointsBet. That would have placed them outside of the 2023 playoffs. Fast forward to March, and the Kings sit at 42-27, good enough for the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. They have blown expectations of them out of the water and are much closer to being the 1 seed than they are to missing the playoffs. The team has an offensive rating of 119.2 this season, which is not only the highest this season, but the highest in NBA history. They can thank Domantas Sabonis for that, as he has the highest offensive rating on the team with an absolutely absurd 131.1. He's a truly transcendent offensive player, and his passing and dribble handoffs really make the team what it is. For the year, Sabonis is averaging 19 points, a league-leading 12.4 rebounds, and over 7 assists per game. He's also shooting a career-high 61% from the field, with an effective field goal percentage of 63%. It's the best season of his career so far, and the best team he's been a part of. He's also been better on the defensive end than people usually give him credit for, with his defensive rating of 113.7 being about 3 points better than the team's as a whole. He's not elite on that end of the floor, but the team has been better with him defensively. He was named an All-Star for the third time this year, and should be named to an All-NBA team for the first time. He's been the league's third best center, behind only MVP candidates Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Domantas Sabonis has rescued the Sacramento Kings franchise, alongside partner in crime De'Aaron Fox. The team is going to make the playoffs for the first time since 2006, and has been one of the NBA's best teams all season. They currently sit at second in the West, and as it stands right now, have the highest offensive rating in NBA history. A lot of that is thanks to Sabonis, who has an absurd 131.1 offensive rating. He's a transcendent player on that end of the floor, making his teammates better with his passing and the dribble handoffs he does frequently. He's not a bad scorer himself either, but focuses on getting others good shots before he worries about getting his own. He dropped 24 points, 21 rebounds, and 4 blocks last night in what was just another dominant showing in what's been a dominant season for Sabonis. The Kings' turnaround has been due to a lot of factors, including the development of Fox and a great 2022 offseason, but Sabonis has been the driving factor. He was a phenomenal addition and has played like a superstar this season. Domantas Sabonis rescued the Sacramento Kings. It's time to give him his respect. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.